Okay, so hi Pat, how are you? Good to see you today.
Hi,
So
Amy.
tell me a little bit about Milo.
Oh, Milo. Jesus, what can he do? I can only describe him as, but he's hilarious. He's caring. He's a sensitive young man, and look, simply, he's my hero. Um, he deals with so much as a T1 diabetic and everything that goes with it. But yet, every single day, he has the energy and I suppose, the lunacy to make everyone around him laugh. His personality is infectious, and I think all around will benefit from him.
That's super. And tell me how you support Milo with his diabetes.
I suppose there's a wee part of that because obviously I've got my partner in crime, my wife Jo, and I think that comes in three, I suppose, distinct and separate parts. The way I'd see it. First off, we keep him safe. I mean, that's the obvious one. We monitor his blood sugars, we treat his highs and low. We make sure he's getting the correct bolus and all the suppose the obvious stuff that would come with it. But secondly, we support him by empowering him and teaching him to be able to look after himself in the future, which I think is it's obviously that's the parental responsibility there. But thirdly, and what I think I suppose is the most important part probably is to instill into him that there's absolutely nothing that he cannot do as a type 1 diabetic. His life is a normal life with some extra steps, and it's very important for us that he understands and believes this. And I think that kind of sums up our three ways of supporting him.
Sure. Okay. And tell me how you look after yourself as a father of a child with type 1 diabetes, Pat.
Oh, well, do you know what? That's a difficult question to answer, if I'm really honest, because I think the truth is that, and alongside a lot of parents of T1 children that might be in the same boat, I haven't looked after myself as well as I should. And I don't think there's enough support or resources out there to help parents, and particularly fathers, deal with life after diagnosis. But I suppose that's for another day's discussion, Amy, isn't it? Um,
Exactly.
but for the most part, I think in family circles, in a typical family circle, the mother becomes, like, I suppose, the main carer, a huge responsibility, and fathers, I suppose, slot into that role of an assistant manager as such. But we're
Sure.
also not just caring for the child; we're caring for the partner and the wider family as well. And I think it can be a monumentally stressful time adjusting to it all. And self care, I think, for me and a lot of parents I know of, kind of went out the window. So I think it's important for all fathers and parents to think of it in terms of, the airplane safety announcements where they say to you, put attend to your own mask first and worry about the kids afterwards. And your first instinct is, Jesus, if that's going to drop down, and there's a mask in front of me, my instinct is get the mask on the child first. But if you think about the reality, you can't help the child and people around you if you are not helping yourself in the first place. And that's something that's probably took me a couple of years to really get my head around. So in recent times, I've done a bit more self care, take some time out, away from personal health. And I suppose my best advice to any parents starting this journey is to make sure you look after yourself too. Find that time because it is really, really stressful, and you feel like you should be the last person to be thinking of, but you actually need to be strong enough to take care of yourself as well.
Okay, that's really good advice. Thanks, Pat. And how do you and Milo have fun away from diabetes?
Do you know what? We have fun just every day being, I suppose, a dad and a son, and especially with a son like Milo, he's so fun loving and funny. And it's literally that simple. It's every day is a fun day. It's an interesting way to phrase the question: how do you fun away from diabetes? Because, like, diabetes is part of his life and it's part of mine, and obviously his more so. But we hang out, we chat, he pretty much kicks my ass at video games. We buy a weekly trip to the barbers and we go for a donut afterwards. All that kind of ritual. A bit of dad son time out, loads of little things. But just diabetes is there. It's not away from it. It's just part of life. I actually think back to, you can have even humor in around diabetes, because I remember when he was first diagnosed, and he's over in the hospital. He got taken off by ambulance from Blanchardstown over to Tala, and I'm stressed out at home, and one parent can be with him, and so my wife's with him over in the hospital, and I'm at home, and I'm worried and thinking, well, what's life going to be like? Is he going to be okay? How are we all going to cope with this? And Chloe, my daughter, I was looking after her as well. I'm so worried, but like 2 days in, I got a picture message from Milo, and I know that's really difficult in an interview or when we're over the phone here to or anybody who might be listening afterwards, I wish you could actually see the photograph he sent me. But basically, it was him at the end of the hospital bed, completely cross-eyed. I didn't even know he could cross his eyes at the time. And he captioned it, "Dad, I think this insulin's making my eyes go wonky." And I
Oh,
laughed so hard at that because it was relief, it was funny, it was just him, it was still him being him. Um, and don't get me wrong, there's been some massive challenges, and nothing
sure.
whatsoever is easy. But fun is life. Sorry,
Yes.
fun in life. It's just fun. Fun happens, and it doesn't matter whether you're diabetic or not. You can still have your fun. That's, I suppose, what I'd be answering to that.
That's great. And lastly, I won't keep you any longer, but lastly, how are you celebrating today on Father's Day?
Well, for me, it's a really, really special day to, I suppose, pause and be grateful, not just for your own father, but for the children that made you a father, and the wife or the partner that helped you become a father. Because you do it alone, like there's a team effort about that. Nice family dinner, maybe a few beers. Not as many these days. I'm getting back to that, taking care of myself. So happy Father's Day from me, I would say, to all the dads out there and the moms too, because all doing great jobs. We're all doing amazing things, and just take the time today to recognize that in yourself. Is my message for anybody listening out there at the moment.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Pat. And look, happy Father's Day to you, and lots of love to you and your family, and have a lovely day.
You are more than welcome. Thank you, Amy. Very nice to chat to
Take
you.
care.